Hey everybody, and welcome to Honesty's channel. So today is going to be a catch-up of my 34 weeks being pregnant. During the week of 34, I was very busy. I was too busy to film in the beginning of the week like I usually do. So we are going to just jump in to your pregnant body during the 34 weeks. Your baby is about the size of a cantaloupe. That's 17 3/4 inches and about 4 3/4 pounds. With only 6 weeks to go, you're in your 8th month and your 3rd trimester. So your baby can finally see his or her first color, which is pretty cool. And it's the red of the inside of your uterus. So now that they can determine colors. It may be harder to buckle your seatbelt, but it's still important. I found the last couple weeks it's kind of hard to turn my body when I'm driving in the car to see who's behind me if I'm in a blind turn and can't use my mirrors. So usually I have no problem with that, but it's been a little harder to turn to the left. And obviously, as mothers, we have a lot on our mind, just trying to prepare for the birth. So we can go into early labor at any point now. I'm hoping that I don't go into early labor, but all of the medical assistants and my doctors keep reminding me that it could happen. Even though I have a scheduled birth, that I can have to have an emergency C-section if I do end up having my water break or just going into labor early. So the baby development at 34 weeks. Piling on fat, the baby's fat layers, which will help regulate his or her body temperature once they're born, are filling out, making them rounder. Now, if baby is born during this week, if you've been nervous about a preterm labor, you'll be happy to know that babies born between 34 to 37 weeks whom have no other health problems generally do fine. They may need a short stay in the neonatal nursery and may have a few short-term health issues, but in the long run they do just as well as full-term babies. So pregnancy symptoms at 34 weeks generally are fatigue, dizziness, and perhaps an itchy rash. For me personally, I guess fatigue. It's been really hard to breathe. I feel like there's a weight on my throat again, like a little dummy weight, and that's been coming on and off. Usual saliva buildup and morning sickness that I've had throughout the entire pregnancy. Dizziness and just being tired a lot. My feet hurt when I stand and walk for too long. I haven't noticed a rash, but I have been scratching my tummy, and that usually happens during pregnancies. It's normal. And even after with cesarean C-sections, you may feel itchy near your scar or your stomach. So the pregnancy checklist for 34 weeks would be to line up care for your older kids. If you have other children, I'm going to have my mother babysit my daughter when my husband and I are in the hospital, and then they're going to be visiting us after surgery, and she'll get to meet her baby brother and then go back to Grandma's house for a couple days before we go and pick her up and leave the hospital. So make sure if you do have older children that you have a plan of where they're going to be. Set up a safe sleeping spot for your baby. If you don't already have your nursery ready, if you have a crib, bassinet, co-sleeper, wherever you're going to plan on having baby sleep. And stock up on supplies, any supplies you may need for the hospital, at home, just to make your life easier. So that is pretty much it for 34 weeks. Personally, I was so busy. I had doctor's appointments. We picked up baby's car seat. What happened before then? I had my pregnancy normal stress test appointments that I've been going to every Friday, monitoring the baby's heartbeat and his movements. So they have the heart monitors on my tummy. I press the button every time he moves, which isn't very often because I'm doing appointments earlier in the morning and he wants to be asleep. Even if I drink like ice water or try to like eat a snack during the appointment after breakfast, he's just not very active. So we keep trying, but like his heartbeat and everything is good. It's just my son Henry likes to be more active during the nighttime, and I'm in the laying position during these stress tests. So he moves more often when I'm driving in the car or I'm at home in my rocking chair and sitting up straight. That's when he likes to move more than laying down. Though doctors like to suggest eating and then laying down in bed for half an hour and like count the movements, but it just doesn't work out for me to look in the laying position. It's easier to sit up. And it's also easier on my heartburn and like my burning throat and my drooling and everything, just to be up in upright position, keep my head elevated. Much easier to breathe too. And then we had the birth control appointment. That one went pretty fast because I already knew I wanted to get the depot, the shot in my arm every 3 months. So about 6 weeks after delivery, I'm going to get on the birth control. It's very easy to get pregnant right after having a baby, so you have to be really careful, and regardless of what kind of delivery you're having, if it's natural or cesarean surgery, you don't want to be making love or having intercourse right after having a baby for health issues, as well as you may possibly get pregnant. You're going to be very fertile after giving birth. So with the cesarean, at least 2 months, 2 to 3 months of no intercourse. I'm not so sure with the live births or natural vaginal births, but I'm pretty sure it would be like at least 1 to 2 months for that. But I would always consult with a doctor. Every case is different when you are planning to have intercourse after having a baby. And so I'm going to get my depot shot. I have tried that birth control before a couple times, and it's different for every woman. It's not really, it's like one of the most unpredictable kind of birth controls you can get, but I feel it's not invasive, and I'm comfortable having the injections, whereas I'm not so comfortable with the other options of birth control. So I'm going to do that. With some women, you gain weight, other women you don't, or some women just stop their periods altogether, which I would be fine with, or they have a longer period, so it's like seriously different with every woman who takes this kind of birth control, which I'm aware of. Last time I took the Depo shot, I did not stop my periods. I was kind of hoping I would, but it didn't end them for me. So we'll see. It didn't really change them either. Anyway, and then so after that, I had my appointment. My daughter and husband and I went and picked up the baby's car seat, because the cool thing about my health center is if you take all these birthing classes, they'll give you a free newborn infant car seat and help you install it and show you how to buckle it properly. We haven't had a newborn in our home for about 5 years, so it was a good refresher. And she had my husband install it, and then I asked if I could have a refresher as well. And then I got to install it too. And she showed us to like push down and make sure it's like really tight. We did it in the middle seat. The middle back is the safest place for a child to sit. And then also in my vehicle, she said if couldn't put the newborn car seat on the left side, I believe, right? Because my daughter's booster seat's on the right, because that seatbelt wasn't locking for her. I think it does lock, but the way she was pulling it, it wasn't locking. And regardless, safest spot for the child is the middle seat anyway, so we have it buckled in the middle. And then I got another car seat, not the newborn one rear facing, but another car seat that came with a stroller, and you can have it in the car, take it out of its bottom, and then carry it with you when you're going to church or the grocery store, anywhere, the park. And that's pretty cool, because I didn't have one of those kind of car seats with Ariana when she was younger. I just took her everywhere in a stroller, and then put her in like shopping carts with the shopping cart seat covers, which I love seat covers. I still want to get one of those. They're great to have. But with this car seat, I'm able to take it in and out of places instead of just having it in. And then the one we got from the health center, that is just to stay in the vehicle at all times. So it's good to have two. It's handy. We got a couple different strollers, the convertible ones, collapsible, little small ones, and then the nice big one that came with the car seat carrier. Yeah, other than that, we just like had a busy day, busy week, all week during 34 weeks. With work and going to the library, grocery shopping, cleaning the house, taking care of our cats, and everything else. Trying to get some stuff, last minute things. I'm pretty sure that's like all we needed too. We're waiting on the car seat and the stroller. I ended up getting another bassinet, because my cats were playing with the bassinet that I got for Henry, and I love that bassinet, so I kept it, but I ended up getting another one too, just because they were like scratching at the bottom. And yeah, I mean, we're pretty much ready to have this baby at any time. Now's the time to pack our hospital bags and get everything ready. My husband's packing his, I'm packing mine, and Henry's diaper bag, getting it all prepared. I've already like done all of the laundry, but I did pick up a couple of new outfits that I wanted to bring to the hospital for sure. So I am in the process of washing those. And then when I have everything prepped, I'm going to make a video of what to pack for the hospital for partners, yourself, and what to bring for your child. I have the complete list of what you should bring to the hospital and what's not really necessary. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for 34 weeks. I can't really remember because it's just been such a hectic week. And usually I do these videos in the beginning of the week. But I will get back to you guys soon with a bunch more videos are coming up. And we only have like a month to go unless I go into labor early. So I will keep you guys up to date on our pregnancy journey. And I look forward to sharing my second pregnancy and my first son with all of you. So have a great day, and thanks again for tuning in to Honesty's channel.